Hey there YouTube, this is Cactus Naga again. This time with a video on replacing the battery on a car. Now this is a fairly straightforward process. It can be done within a few minutes with very minimal tools. You might want to ask the question, does my battery really need replacing? Well, and yes, granted that batteries are a fairly expensive component in your car, but most of the time, in many cases, if your car is not starting or has difficulty turning the engine, it is the battery that's at fault. And usually you will know about a week before it actually dies that the battery is dying down. It gets weaker, and when you start up in the mornings, it's not as bright in turning the engine as normal. So yes, you can take the battery in for a checkup to see whether it has enough cranking power left, things like that. But in most cases, it's usually the battery that's out. Batteries here in Arizona don't usually last more than 2 to 3 years. This battery's been on this car for about 4 years now, so I'm just going to get it replaced. So in order to get the battery off, of course you're going to have to remove the clamp. So there are a couple of nuts here that I'm going to remove, and after that disconnect the positive and negative terminals of the battery, and that's what I'm going to be doing next. So here's the clamp. It's been removed. All I used was an adjustable wrench, small one, and the rods that or the holders that hold the battery down in place actually consists of a hook that kind of latches down into a hole down there in the base. I've got that off. Next thing I'm going to do is disconnect the battery terminals. I'm going to do the negative one first and then get the positive one off. So the terminals have been disconnected. I've put the negative one and pushed it to the side, disconnected the positive, pushed it to the side. I'm going to be reusing these felt pads. They're still in pretty good shape. So next thing is to get the battery out, take it down to Walmart in my case, it's the closest place, and get a new battery and slap it on, and we'll move on from there. I'm back from Walmart, got the new battery, and I have installed it. Tied down the clamps and make sure that the battery is not moving around. I'm going to be reconnecting the terminals, but before that I'm just going to apply a little bit of grease. I usually just use some Vaseline and connect it up. Now, just as a side note, when you do take in the battery into whichever store you buy your battery from, you can ask them to test the battery for you. They will do it free of charge, and also kind of know that you can possibly get some prorated refund back. In my case, I did manage to get a $12 refund on my old battery. Sounds like it had a 5-year warranty on it, and it hadn't quite reached 5 years, so some prorated amount was returned to me. So just a little tip on that one. I'm going to connect the battery up, start up the car, and make sure everything is good. The terminals are now connected. Tighten them up, made sure that they're not loose. Applied a little bit of Vaseline on each one of them, and now I'm going to pop this cover back on, just kind of give the general area a wipe down, and start up the car, and everything should be good. If not, you're gonna hear from me again. Thanks for watching, guys.